Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? I hope everybody's doing good. So definitely fuck man, it's been crazy since yesterday. It's been kind of nuts. Just feeling really good. Definitely some stuff to fix, some things to talk about, and not everything's all perfect, but I don't think any team's been perfect this year. No team is running on all four cylinders this year. It is what it is. It's not easy getting a win like this. It's not easy going into Arrowhead and getting and pretty much doing what you did in this game. It's not easy at all. And I hope that, this can continue on. It seems like the Eagles do struggle at times. I felt like the Eagles struggled for like 3 quarters in this game. And then really the fourth quarter hit and the Eagles just turned on another, especially the defense, just totally shut Kansas City out in the second half. Which a lot of teams can't do. Give Mahomes the ball with like 3 minutes left and let him go down the field and score. And a lot of teams can't survive that. A lot of teams can't survive anything like that. And it's crazy, just how we pulled it off the way we did. Adjustments were made on the defense. We did some good things. By the way, appreciate the 53 of the chat. We got Logan, we got LeBron, formerly known as JoJo. We got HVS, we got Anthony. What's going on, Ant? I'll text you. There's been some stuff going on. So, Logan, KOLC, Lindy, what's up, man? 9-1, dude. 49ers own Philly, Cowboys fan with a 49ers account. Chris, E-Money, what's going on, dude? So here we go. So, by the way, Joe couldn't make it tonight. I tried, because usually we do Monday nights, his work schedule. So I couldn't get Joe Castro on tonight. He was busy, just his work schedule, and I gave it a shot. So, just for Joe and staying busy and stuff. Nina, what's going on? Says Joey, huge win last night. This was a great win. Between like our running game with DeAndre Swift, even getting him to the passing game on some of these screen passes, and when you don't have, this is why you have 2 number 1 receivers on your team, because somebody's going to make a play. Okay, if it's not AJ Brown with only 8 yards on the day, it's going to be Devontae Smith that was open a couple times. I think Hurts missed him on one that was wide open, didn't see him, and then obviously an adjustment was made on that play call that was to Devontae Smith, where BrianJohnson had another play call in there. Whatever that play was, I don't know. But it looks like he audibled out of it, which he definitely did. And yeah, it looks like, they audibled out of this shit. And they threw that big pass to Devontae Smith. So I'm glad that Jalen Hurts has at least his own type of, he can make his own decisions when it comes to some of these play calls. If he sees something that he likes, he'll definitely take a shot. You know what I mean? So no issue with that at all. I want to apologize for the late video I had about KC and the Eagles, because I actually was doing my thumbnail last night when I was in bed, and I fell asleep. And I was really busy today. So I didn't get that video out for the KC Philly game till like 4:00 in the afternoon. So I apologize for the late upload with that stuff. So been kind of crazy. Chris says BrianJohnson needs to seriously be evaluated. Maybe Sherrod needs to change some things up. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like some of the play calls. I mean, some of them, I think time management is still bad. I feel like even at the end of the game where we had the ball back, before we gave the ball back to KC, where we were running these, we were getting tackled in the backfield on purpose. I feel like he wanted us to get tackled safely in the backfield on purpose to waste more time in these games. It sounds stupid, but I think it's realistic. I think it's absolutely real. And I really don't like that. I understand they don't want to. They're very conservative on offense when they want to waste time, but so conservative to the point where they'll end up taking a tackle to the backfield on purpose, knowing that the play, they'll give the ball to Swift or give the ball to somebody, and knowing that they're not going to run these running backs 100%, 100% full speed. If you can get a yard or two, great. If you can't, then whatever. You know what I mean? So it's kind of nuts. The screen passes after the Travis Kelce fumble, that one really fucking aggravated me. Those 2 screen passes aggravated me. Really did. Mesmer going, this was Johnson, came out, I think, with a bubble screen. Yeah, I don't like it, dude. Those plays and running with Jalen Hurts on 3rd down like all the time. It worked. I mean, he had a red zone touchdown on a QB draw. He had a red zone touchdown. But he does that so much, it's a lot. Logan says Jalen Hurts is the MVP. I would say so, 100%. I would say so, 100%. Lay says, I mean, the way he excuse me, the way he puts the team on his back. I mean, to be honest with you, KC dominated the trenches. I mean, they dominated the trenches for 3 quarters. They really did. That 4th quarter was like the main difference. It's crazy how many mistakes the Eagles can make in this game. The Eagles can make so many mistakes. KC only had what mistakes they make? I mean, Mahomes threw a pick to Kevin Byard. Kevin Byard is on his way up. And then really just some major drops in this game. And they were already coming into the game. KC was already coming into this game with 17 drops. They left with 25, 26 in this game. The defense is carrying KC. Obviously, the Eagles don't look the same as last year. Obviously, KC doesn't look the same as last year with Eric Bieniemy out and Washington and Matt Nagy there as offensive coordinator. It's definitely a huge difference. I mean, we've been watching KC all year, kind of keeping our eye on them, and they're still a good team. They just haven't looked. They're just not going to look the same as they used to look. You have an offensive coordinator for the past few years, the same coordinator, you're going to look better every year. And when you change coordinators, things do change. Sometimes your offense definitely takes a dip in production. Obviously, that KC defense is really holding it down. It's not, dude. It's not a Niners fan. It's not a Niners fan, dude. It's not. It's a Cowboys fan that's embarrassed to be a Cowboys fan right now because we ruined their Thanksgiving when they thought that they were gonna be 1 game behind the Philadelphia Eagles and almost have the same amount of wins. So we messed up their Thanksgiving, definitely. Lonely Beast said KC's D-line was getting steady penetration. The screens were utilized to get the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands quickly. Yeah, no, it took a lot of time. They were lining up Chris Jones on the edge. They were rushing more on the edge, to get Jalen Hurts' blind side at times. They were using Trent McDuffie a lot. They were doing a lot of things there. So we couldn't account for everybody. But that's why Jalen Hurts started running up the middle a lot, because if you're a very aggressive defense, especially when you're blitzing all out, Hurts is going to try to run on you. That QB draw will come in handy at times, but for me, I just don't think it works all the time. It doesn't work every single time. So, Hurts my ankle says defense up in the second half, but damn tired giving up 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15. Usually when we do, it's a drop pass. Yeah. Lay says, why the fuck is BrianJohnson so screen pass happy? I mean, to be honest with you, I just don't think they use the right guys, and I think it's just way too slow. I think the play is probably it's a slow play. It's like Jalen Hurts gets the ball, he turns very slowly. By the time he turns and he has this long extension of an arm to throw the ball to the sideline for a quick screen pass, or what's supposed to be a quick screen pass, it never makes it on time. It never I don't know. For me, it just doesn't make it on time. I feel like the defense already knows it's going to that spot. You're not really Mahomes would get the ball. If he was doing a quick screen, Mahomes would get the ball and side pass it immediately. I mean, really quick to kind of take the defense off balance a little bit. I feel like they don't do that at times, Martin Perez with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, bring Frank Reich back. I'm 100% down. What about you, Joey? I mean, look, it could be a possibility. I don't know if they're firing. I don't know. I mean, if they don't win a Super Bowl this year, they could fire BrianJohnson. Would they do it after 1 year? I don't know. Frank Reich, I think, either will be the OC for the Eagles, and there's a good chance. And I don't know if he's going to get fired this year. He might, but I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna some front offices will fire coaches after 1 year because the roster's so at least the roster's bad, and there's a lot of holes on that team with Carolina. So I don't know. I don't know actually what they're going to do. I don't think he's going to get fired, but if he does, he'll either be an offensive assistant for the Eagles. He'll be at least an assistant if he's not a coordinator, if they don't fire BrianJohnson. I was really during that second quarter, I was already done with BrianJohnson. I don't like the play calling. Like, we're winning, but I just can't stand it. It's making these games really entertaining in a positive and negative way. So I get it. Appreciate the super chat, by the way. Lay says DeAndre Swift was my favorite offseason move, in my opinion. What do you think? Well, yeah, he was one of my favorites too. He was my favorite to see him in this backfield, and we know what DeAndre Swift can do. They use more Swift in this game. I love them on those little screen passes that they did with him a few times. Broke for a couple of them. The third time they did it, he didn't do anything. That was at the end of the game. I think it was on a crucial third down on that play. They use more DeAndre Swift and Boston Scott than Kenneth Gainwell. Like, they barely use Kenneth Gainwell. And to be honest with you, Rashad Penny not active for this game really shows me that they just don't think he's good. He's not good. They don't think highly of him. He's a reserve back for this team. He's just a reserve. I don't get why you keep 4 running backs if you don't like all 4 of them or don't like the 4th guy and Rashad Penny, but I'm starting to realize that they just don't think he's that good enough. I guess I don't see why you think that. I mean, he got hurt after 5 games last year. Rashad Penny can run between the tackles. We can't really say he's a bum, and we can't say he's great because we haven't seen enough. And that's been a problem, you know? Tugo says he screamed pass happy because there's no conservative. It's so conservative, it's sickening. Yeah, I mean, conservative on offense when you need to get points, that's even worse, dude. I mean, that's pretty bad. You know what I mean? It's pretty bad. We got RPF in the building. What's going on, dude? He says, hey, Joe, I'm looking forward to play Buffalo because I hate Buffalo because in the early 90s, 3 NFC East teams beat Buffalo in Super Bowls. Unfortunately, so I'm looking forward to playing the Bills. And the Bills don't even scare me, dude. I mean, the Bills don't scare me. They've been up and down, up and down. I mean, they got Kincaid. They got Kincaid at tight end, and he's a good player. They got, Stephon Diggs, obviously. But they're in like a really delicate state right now because Stephon Diggs is like complaining. Like, Stephon Diggs is one of the biggest complaining wide receivers in the NFL. Okay. And, he'll throw his quarterback under the bus. That's the thing you shouldn't do. And I guess the Madden curse is real. I mean, I don't know. I guess the Madden curse is pretty damn real at this point. I think they're very beatable. Eagles are in Kelly Greens this week for the last time this season. It's going to be fun. Darnell says they had their whole team. We was missing Goddard. Yeah, we're missing Dallas Goedert, which is a huge thing. I think it's going to be interesting what comes up this next week now. Like Quez coming back, Quez Watkins coming back. You're going to have more depth at safety now with Justin Evans coming back. The Eagles are even more healthy. So Black Wolf says Eagles should clinch playoff berth if we either beat the Cowboys or Seahawks. I think by that time, by the Cowboys game, we'll see. Detroit is still on our necks right now. They got to start losing, but they have an easy schedule. Detroit still has to play the Cowboys. They still have to play the Vikings twice. I think the Vikings can beat them, but we'll see. Let's see here. Nolan Smith was MIA. I think a lot of defense. I think Josh Sweat got held a lot. I saw him got pushed in the helmet once on one of the plays. Josh Sweat should have had some penalties. Jaylen Carter was getting thrown around. I mean, pretty bad too. I wouldn't say there should have been another 10 penalties, but there should have been like a couple more at least, holding-wise. David says, I wish we could utilize a quick pass game plan and neutralize the pass rush like most teams use against us when needed would have made things a lot easier. Yeah, it's like I think they try to do these bubble screens as they're doing something quick in that regard, but they just don't do it quick enough. They don't do it quick enough. They do it. It's way too slow. The process of these apparent quick passes they don't really do the quick pass at all. Like you said, they try to do these screen passes, but they take so long to develop. The inside zone runs are very sloppy and too slow. I don't know why they're so quick. And I mean, I don't know why they're so slow. And they're slow because Hurts is trying to figure out if he's keeping the ball or giving it to Swift. And like sometimes like he's got one hand in Swift's stomach for like 10 minutes before he even tries to hold on to the ball. You know what I mean? Poison says, yo, Joey, have you seen the news with Shaq? Yeah, so the Shaq Leonard news I saw today, he's going on waivers, I guess. I guess there's been issues the last couple weeks, at least this season, with Shaq Leonard. His usage with the Colts. I mean, he's going off waivers. They wouldn't try to trade him. I don't know why. He had what, 2 surgeries last year, so he got hurt a couple times. I know he had a couple surgeries last year. But the Eagles are dead last on the what's it called? On the waiver wire list. I mean, I don't think there's a chance the Eagles can claim him. I think it's almost impossible. The Eagles should grab him. The Eagles tried to get a linebacker this past week. I mean, they tried to get Anthony Barr last week, and he went back to the Vikings because Jordan Hicks was hurt. They really tried getting at least more depth at that position. But this could be a low-risk, high-reward type signing for the Eagles. It could be, you know. Tony says 49ers only here to lie to himself to make it feel better. I mean, why is he on other team videos? He's concerned affiliate insecurity is showing. Dude, it's not. You guys can't be stupid, okay? That's not a 49ers fan. That's a Cowboys fan in a 49ers account. That's all it is. Like, who would make their name a 49ers own Philly? It makes no sense. It just makes no sense. So it's dumb. It's really you got too much time on your hands. Logan Motorsports says, Joey, did she saw Jaylen Carter when Patrick Mahomes spiked the ball, but Jaylen was trying to dude, that was crazy, dude. I mean, he was trying to intercept a spike ball. Imagine if he actually got that. That would have been like, I mean, I think one person's done that. I think did one person do that in the league? I don't know if someone has already done that in like the past, but it's crazy, dude. Yeah, it's not. I don't see it happening. If Shaq makes it to us, I'll be shocked. Darnell Smith says, is it true Arrow Stadium tired their sprinklers on already wet field to have same advantage? Well, apparently it wasn't as bad. Well, the problem was when they were in Arizona for the Super Bowl, they actually watered the field 2 days. Like they manually watered. That had nothing to do with rain. There wasn't rain involved with the Super Bowl, but it did rain. And there was a big difference when we can get to Mahomes and keep it close. Mez says Reddick broke that boy's throwing arm. Now it's made of glass. It's true. Dennis says, I wouldn't want Leonard. A lot of talk his passengers have caught up to him, and he has slowed down. I think he clears waivers, though. Yeah, but, dude, what's the problem getting him, though? I don't see what's the issue. Just as for another body? I mean, I would take him just for another body if you want to rent him for the year. I mean, I got no issue with it. Why? I mean, literally, like, till Nakobe Dean comes back, or, you know, this linebacker core has got to stay healthy. No doubt. They got to stay healthy. Formerly known as JoJo MC says Carter said he watched a YouTube video of a Division III football game. I think I saw him say that. That's funny. John says, Joey, he's going to hit free agency. No team is going to take his contract. Oh, so you got to pick up his contract, right? Let me check his contract, actually. I kind of want to look at this real quick. All right, Shaq Lawson. Let's see. So this is the last year of his deal. So his cap number is $1 million. It's $1,000,009. It's $1 million. Yeah, it's like not even 1.1 mil. It's like 1 point. It's $1 million. That's not bad. Cap number wise, that's not bad at all. He's affordable, and it's probably going to be lower than that because he's played some games this year. So yeah. So and he got restructured. I think this past year. I think that's what happened. Drew said, "I saw he had a big cap hit, so I don't think he does. I'm looking his cap hit's $1,092,000. It's not. That's his cap number for the year. His base salary is 1.1, and his cap. I don't know. That's what I'm reading here. Unless I'm wrong, that's what I'm reading here. What's going on, Donnie? So what, does the cap hit go up because it's on waivers? I don't get that. I mean, I don't know. I'm reading what I'm reading just from his contract in general. I don't know if it changes because of Shaq Leonard, fucking idiot. I put in Shaq and it said Lawson instead of okay. Sorry, I put Lawson. I'm like Shaq Lawson. What the fuck? I'm like, wait a second. I'm really good. All right, now I know why. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, Shaq Leonard. I totally fucked that up. I put in Shaq and it said Lawson. Shaq Leonard. Sorry. I was like, he only costs $1 million for the year. Who's saying? Sorry. It's a long day today. Shaquille Leonard. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Never mind. So yeah, this definitely has probably changed. So yeah, his base salary is $15 million. He's got this is the last year, right? Like his other years are voided after this year. His cap number is 15.7. So I mean, sorry, 19.9. His cap number is almost 20 million. So he's already played a lot of games this year. He's already been on a roster for a lot of games this year. So that number is definitely a lot lower. I mean, it's 6 million. I mean, 6 million is really not that bad, but I wouldn't take on that if that's crazy. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Dennis says we don't need another linebacker that's going to be. Well, I mean, if it's affordable, then fine. Like, I think we still need another piece because can we really trust Nakobe Dean staying healthy? What's going on, Corbin? Matt, what's up? Donnie says Mulata hurts, and the crew had a new life in them. This game meant a lot. It did, and the toughness, dude. Like these, like they're the comeback kids, dude. They're the comeback kids. Like this team is going to break your heart. This is like what the Patriots used to do with Tom Brady, and this is what like the Patriots used to do. Like, teams would get up on the Patriots, in a lot of games, and then like Patriots would break your heart at the end and have that comeback win. And I feel like this team is turning into that. It really is. It's what I've noticed so much this year. Like Jalen Hurts is the number one quarterback when trailing in games. The number one. And they still don't get respect for this game. And I don't know why. Why? Because it's not like KC didn't come into this game with 17 drops for the season. I mean, they still dropped another 5-6 passes in this game. We've had issues like that. We've had drops. We've had issues like that. Donnie said, I want the Eagles to go ham and Josh Allen, sack him 5 times. I'm not even worried about Josh Allen that much. You know what I mean? John said, I think he gets league minimum if he clears. Yeah, probably. What's going on? Kazana 877 member for 18 months. What's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day. Good night. I would take him if he clear waivers, not for $6 million. We'll see how it is. If he's a big trade candidate next year, I mean, you're not gonna give up a lot for him because of his past injuries last year, his 2 surgeries he had last year. I don't know. Matt says, do you think J.M. Watkins returns this week? Yeah. I think he's technically, I think he should be returning this week. Him and Quez Watkins and Justin Evans should be returning, no doubt. Philly 416 says the Bills are going to be tougher than new OC change. Despite that, I believe we have a convincing win. Yeah, they got Joe Brady. Was Joe Brady with the Colts? Didn't Joe Brady help us out last year? I thought Joe Brady was involved with us, wasn't he? I might be wrong. Maybe he wasn't. I think Joe Brady was on the list of OCs that they were gonna hire last year. I thought he was with us in 22 as like an offensive assistant because he was with the Colts, right? If I'm not mistaken, like Nick Sirianni knows Joe Brady, I think. I could be wrong though. Maybe I'm mixing it up. I thought he was involved in some way, but I could be wrong. Splenda says, has anyone mentioned how good Covey played? Dude, Britton Covey played fantastic, dude. I mean, he had 3 really good returns to the 45-yard line. I thought he played very, very well. Very well. No issue at all. Thought he played very good. Man said, I really want the 32nd pick in the 24 draft. I hope we get it. I wouldn't mind that, no doubt. Lil G Griff says, great team and go Eagles, and Eagles beat Buffalo Bills. You just faced the second best defense in the league this week. Like you literally just faced the second best defense. You played the best opponent on your roster. I mean, on your schedule. I mean, you really did, dude. Michael said, that's why we'll never get anybody's respect. No, we won't. And that's fine, because I feel like the more that people don't believe in this team, the more that the Eagles are believers, man. The Eagles are just believers, and they're going to shoot everybody down. Swansea Fitness says, remember Jonathan Gannon's adjustments versus the Chiefs at halftime compared to Sean Desai's adjustment night and day. Yeah, I mean, totally shut out the Kansas City Chiefs in the second half, but I saw that they were blitzing just a little tiny bit more, not that much. They played a little bit of man coverage, which was good. They definitely had some changes there. So, yeah, I mean, it's funny because like the Eagles were down 10 in this game at half, and total opposite of the Super Bowl where Kansas City was up 10, and just kind of crazy. Diane says Eagles are all substance and flash. Some teams are all flash, no substance. That is 100% true. 100% true. We have mental makeup, dude. We have the mental makeup to get things done. And this is a resilient team. This is a team that just fights, man. Fights. Harlow says crash test Covey is a beast. Agreed. Trey said, I thought Bradbury played good and will have a resurgence second half of the season. Yeah, they really didn't aim his side of the field that much, though. Slay didn't really have a great game. I think Slay is starting to tremble down a little bit. So Matt says Covey bailed us out crazy. All we want gone that one bad fumble this year, and now we done a complete 180 after seeing him continue to get better. Yeah, I mean, Michael Clay has done a pretty good job. I can't say it's because we're not getting kick returns. This punt return is where it's all about. The punts have been really good. Braden Mann's been playing really good at punter. I mean, he's been punting really. He had a good punt the other day. Josh Jobe is great special teamer. Nice tackle down there to give like KC their last drive. Dave says, I got a good feeling about this upcoming Bills game. I think the secondary is in rough shape due to injury. Unfortunately for the Bills, their players Smith and Brown should go off. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, every team has good players, man. That's just what it is. You look at it and you say, "Oh man, we faced Tyreek Hill. We faced the best of the best this year so far, and they've done a good job." So yeah, Bayard's starting to trend now, which is a great thing. Had that pick, which was great. Couldn't complain about it. LeBron says Eagles secondary is overrated. D-line saves them. Okay, so what is so I don't get it. So I don't get what these statements are. I don't get what these statements are. Like the secondary to your defensive line is hand in hand. You get good coverage with the secondary, you get more of a you get a better pass rush where your pass rush hits home. The Eagles have a great defensive line. Their two starting defensive lines could start for an NFL rosters in the league. So the Eagles secondary, they've given up a lot of yards this year because of the scheme. I've said this every single week. That's how they play. And if it's so overrated, then why is anybody beating us? Why is anybody beating us if it's so overrated? But no one is doing that. Steve says Chiefs receivers don't scare anyone. They really miss Tyreek Hill. Oh, I agree. I agree. T says that has had zero respect for the Chiefs wideouts. They are hot garbage. Will Suggett says, Joey, can you say Chloe Cowboys suck for my sister? Chloe, the Cowboys suck. They are trash. We all know this. We just ruined their Thanksgiving. We just ruined it because now they know that they're still going to be behind by the time they would have been behind anyway, but they got to face Washington on Thanksgiving. Drew says, man, it's way better than Sippos. It was annoying watch that dude punt 30 yards. Calcaterra. Grant Calcaterra. Yeah, he's got an ankle injury. He just came off of having being out 2 weeks with the concussion. C to the R says, Sheesh, Mahomes, maybe the biggest crybaby in the league, wanting for penalties every single play. Yeah, the one on Fletcher Cox, I didn't even care if he got that or not. He's the new golden boy. He's the new Tom Brady golden boy of the league. You know, the Chiefs are the new evil empire now. It's just the truth, you know. Matt says, so glad we picked up Braden Man when we got rid of Aaron. Oh, yeah, dude. He was the best option out there. Lowe says, Dak Prescott's overrated. He's not an MVP because Dak beat bad teams. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother thing, too. 6-1, 6-2 against teams under 500. They play well against teams that aren't good. So that's just the truth. But Kaz says Dallas has the weakest strength in the win in the NFL. Oh, Bieniemy is a huge. Oh yeah, I mean, look at Washington, dude. Bieniemy is just that guy. That guy knows how to run an offense. LeBron says Eagles are going to have a 22 season all over again. I mean, hey, if we get to the Super Bowl, great. I mean, at least you're saying they're going to get to the Super Bowl, so that's good. Trey said, Joe, you remember one of the biggest questions we had going to the season was punter because of Sippos. Now we have our guy. Always trust Howie. I agree. I didn't know who they were going to get. Brady would have been able to win with the Chiefs receivers. Oh, yeah. I mean, he would have been able to win with anybody's receivers at this point. Ed says, sweet Eagles hoodie you got on. Where'd you get it? You're not a million people have asked me. I think from Fanatics. I mean, I bought this a while ago, so they might not even have it anymore. Yeah, I've had this for probably 4 or 5 years, probably. I've had it for a while. It's not a hoodie. It's actually just a regular jacket. I'm wearing a hoodie under it. Matt says, one weapon I did feel we were missing on the offense was definitely Goddard at tight end. We need more depth at the position. I don't think anything's wrong with the depth at all. Like, I just don't know if they think that some of these other guys could really take that starting role fully. They got to use Julio Jones. They'll use, DeAndre Swift as a wideout. They'll do different things to kind of compensate for, Dallas Goedert's injury. But I feel like they don't really have to do. I feel like, I don't know. Like, I'm excited about Albert O. I think Jack Stahl is a great blocker, but I don't think, I think he's got reliable hands, but I don't think they think he's the number one guy. The Albert O tight end that we traded for is a guy that I'm definitely looking at. No doubt. Tommy says, do you think we could beat the Bills? Yes, 100%. I have no concern with the Buffalo Bills at all. I don't. Like I said, they got good players on offense, but I think they've taken some hits with injuries. They have no Tre'Davious White. They don't have their number one cornerback. Milano, their starting linebacker, has been out for the rest of the year. I don't know what other injuries they have, but Josh Allen has been, I think he's thrown the most picks this year. Not to say that the Eagles are going to do anything and get a lot of picks on him because how we play defense, but Josh Allen hasn't looked great. They got Stephon Diggs. They got Kincaid at tight end. They got some good weapons. They got, I mean, they're fine. But Kyle says, every time I see Gainwell in, I say I hate BrianJohnson. Yeah, I get it. Diane says, they said Goddard's going to wear back on his arm like Gronkowski did. Yeah, so he should be back by the Dallas game. Goddard should be back by the Dallas game. Eagles of Land says, I hope Darius Leonard clears waivers and how he scoops him up. It's Shaquille Leonard. Everyone's getting, see, people are saying Shaq Leonard, which is Shaquille, so you say Shaq. I said Lawson by mistake. Shaquille Leonard. It's not Darius Leonard. You're getting Darius mixed up with the other player. Skid Marks, what's going on, dude? He said, if you watch Scouting Report, you'll see Carter's highlights. He was throwing and beating Pro Bowlers, even Chiefs' best offensive guard in the league. He threw around like a rag doll. Where is the? Oh yeah, I get it. Where's AI? Oh, by the way, I saw tape on Jaylen Carter, and yeah, he was very disruptive in this game. He was very disruptive. The problem I'm really having right now is like I think he got thrown down a little bit in this game, a little bit. Should have been some penalties. Been kind of crazy. Philly D says the Gainwell is the Gainwell getting playing time is awful. When do we ever see great blocks from Gainwell? His pass protection's better. I mean, he could pick up blitzes a lot better. Trey says, I think they should have tried to get the tight ends involved early, bro, but we couldn't pass protect due to Goddard missing. I don't think, I mean, that could have been a reason why, but I think there was more to it than that because some of the play calling was just god awful too. Like I thought that I think we tried to account for everybody. I just don't know if they had the right back end play in the mix where they didn't have a running back on Jalen Hurts' side where they were seeing like three guys about the, we couldn't account for the third guy. They would literally blitz on Hurts' blind side with 3 against 2, and you're not accounting for everybody. And depending where the running back is, if he's not even in the backfield where he can pick up that blitz, it's a problem. Drew says he changed his name from Darius Leonard to Shaq Leonard. I think it threw me off. Oh, I didn't know that. He changed his name. Logan says, I want to see Nolan Smith had a chance to play. Please, BrianJohnson. I don't know. I don't know if I even saw him that much. I mean, Barnett was a healthy scratch or personal reasons, whatever the hell it was. So I don't know what that was at all. I don't. My Nick says, do you think Hurts deserves MVP this year or another Eagles player deserves it? No, I think Hurts deserves it. 100%. You don't have Hurts on this team. This team ain't going far. There's no without Hurts, this doesn't work. 63 more says, who cares if someone calls him Shaq or Shaquille? It's called his nickname. It's not T.Y., it's Tyler. Matt says, one of the biggest plays that took me off, I believe, the second and long where it did the QB draw. I know. I hated it. They did the yeah, that was after wasn't that after the Travis Kelce? Sorry, I need to take this thing off. All right. I feel more free now. Yeah, that was after Travis Kelce, the fumble, and they ran the 2 screen passes, and then they ran the QB draw on second and long. Pissed me the fuck off, no doubt. It did. Philly D says, as of today, Hurts is the MVP. Bobby, what's up, dude? Darius Leonard, who requested to go by his middle name Shaquille over the first name Darius. Did not know that. See, you guys know more than I do. I have no freaking idea. Skidmark says Nolan Smith is too undersized. He just can't get the push on the end. He should be used like a spotting linebacker. I feel like they could use him at linebacker. I feel like they can use him at linebacker. I don't see why they don't. I mean, once he goes into his second year, they really have to ramp up with him. They really have to ramp up with him next year. And I think he's got to cross train. And I think, that's of course what he did at Georgia. Like, he's got to play both positions. But I think having him as a Sam linebacker, I don't see why not. I really don't see why not. I think this pick cannot go to waste. I know that there's something there with Nolan Smith. They just can't waste it. Matt says that's what we've been saying all season long, Donnie. LeBron says, Joey, let's say you don't go to the Super Bowl this year. What would be your first coaching move in the offseason? It would probably be the offensive coordinator. I mean, you're gifted. You're gifted a top 3 offense on a silver platter, and it looks nothing creative. It still doesn't. I don't like the offensive play calls. I hate them a lot sometimes. But I have to support it because what am I going to do? I'll complain about it every week, but I'll support it. BrianJohnson was gifted a silver platter offense, and the creativity is just not there. But they're winning games, so I already know there's a problem, but there's nothing else I can do. I got to deal with it. We all got to deal with it, With this K's Hannah 877 with the super chat. Thank you so much. Says I put $200 on Jaylen for MVP when he was plus 900. Hey, you know what? You're gonna get hopefully a lot of money coming back, because there's a big chance. These next 3 weeks are gonna make or break. See what happens. Gonna make or break. I went on Mark Holmes' video yesterday. He made a video the morning of the game yesterday, before the game started, early morning. And he was talking about the Philadelphia Eagles and if they beat KC, this is a big game for the Eagles. And then it's just like, when the game was over, he was like, the Eagles passed their first test. their first test. Oh, it was a test. The best team in the AFC. They beat the number 1 quarterback in the NFL, the second best defense in the league, and it was a test. They beat their first test. All the Eagles have to do is start to tremble down the next few weeks. Like, I swear to God, dude, it's like half of these Cowboy fans want us to lure them, like literally walk them into an NFC East crown every fucking week. Walk them into an NFC East crown every fucking week. Really watching this game between Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, they both of them really struggled. Maybe now they both suck now because it was a competitive game. Like, I don't get. Like, I don't know if people do shit for clicks, for views. I don't know what this. Do we play this stupid bullshit every fucking time? Like, I don't get it, dude. I don't get this shit with people. Like, at least with me on this channel, like, if I think the Eagles suck at something, I'll fucking say it. None of these Cowboys content creators hold their team accountable. They never hold anybody accountable. It's always coaching. It's always something different all the time. Trust me, if there's a player that sucks, I call it out. A coach that sucks, I call it out. It is called out. No doubt. It annoys the shit out of me. It annoys the shit out of me. It's like shit like this. It's like bragging about being a team that the Broncos beat. It's like they try to pull anything out of their pocket. It's the dumbest troll job. It's stupid. It's the dumbest fucking troll job you could ever do. It's like I feel so fucking just exhilarated. I just feel so good of what they did. Hey, at least the truth is coming out a little bit. That's fine. You know, like I didn't know. Look, at the end of the day, like, trust me, when the Eagles punted to the Cowboys on the 14-yard line, I thought we lost the game. When we punted the ball to the 14-yard line, I thought the game was done. I even say it in my fucking stream. Game's over. It's done. Like, there's no way I could, you know, I could trust this defense that much. Mark makes a ton of vids and get clicks and views. It's just, I don't know. I don't care about the video. I don't care. I'm not telling people how to make their content. I'm just like, just be realistic, dude. Like, half of these guys are just like, they just talk out of their fucking ass, and like they'll watch a game, be like, oh, KC, you know what? Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, they're not as good as we thought they were. You know, it's just stupid, dude. It's dumb. Bobby says somebody needs to help BrianJohnson. Stop calling a damn running play on 3rd and long. He's done it several times. He does the QB draw on every 3rd down, dude, and it's annoying. I get it. I'm with you. Like, I don't disagree. I really don't. Skim Mark says the play for Devontae where he got stopped on that long was Jalen calling out Johnson. I wonder what play that was. So, Jalen Hurts audibled to the Devontae Smith big play to the 1-yard line. And I wonder what that was. R-Star said the Eagles fans hold everybody accountable. We don't give anybody a pass if you're playing ass. We like, yeah, I couldn't sit there and bullshit and bullshit and lie to people every day. And I feel like that's what most of these guys do. they bullshit and they lie to everybody. Marlon says, Joe, do you think BrianJohnson is the Jonathan Gannon of our offense this year? A little bit, yeah. I mean, a little bit. I mean, I don't I don't like BrianJohnson. I don't. I think, remember at the end of the game with BrianJohnson will run like, they will do a slow fucking handoff remember at the end of the game, they were doing those slow handoffs at the end of the game just to get tackled in the backfield. They did that shit on purpose to get tackled in the backfield and make KC lose more time and burn their timeouts. Like, they did that shit on purpose. They weren't trying to get a first down. They were just, hey, let Swift get the ball, slow the play down so no one gets hurt, and just fall to the ground and waste more time. To waste more time. Joe said, don't worry about Tex Boy. He's just high on copium. Joshua Dobbs, bro. Balgus says, I was offshore working on a boat. I missed the best game of the season. He really did, dude. Just watch the highlights, dude. Or if you have NFL Plus, watch the whole game. David says, meanwhile, Dallas proved they could go to Philly and win a few weeks ago. An actual Michael Irvin quote this weekend: Dallas lost, but proved they can win by losing. They have a perpetuated illusion. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, but you didn't. You were at the 6-yard line. Like, that's what I'm getting to. If you have a franchise quarterback that's on the Cowboys for his 8th season with the Cowboys, okay, as a franchise quarterback, dude, with over 25, 26 seconds left on the 6-yard line, and you can't fit that ball into the end zone, I don't know what to tell you. And literally the Philadelphia Eagles gave them the fucking yards, gave them the penalties and the fucking yards going from the 14 to the 50 in one play. I mean, it's crazy. Kenny Mo says, Joey, now that we know Hurts checked out of that play and it was successful, can you see Hurts doing this more often? Do you think Hurts knows BJ calling as well? Oh no, I think he's done it already a lot of times this year. I've seen him do it. I think Johnson gives him more control at times. I think there is control at times. Then there's times where like they make Hurts look like a damn robot and the offense goes nowhere. Dynasty Joey, imagine the Eagles go 100 yards nonstop tush push. That would be crazy and hilarious. Yeah, that would be tiring though. That'd be really tiring. Jason Kelsey would not like that. We don't want to do that to him. Not the Rock, a Rock. Steve, so whenever Hurts scrambles to his left, it usually doesn't end well. He can't throw back against his body. Yeah, well, that's a hard. I mean, that is a hard pass to do too. I mean, that's not easy either. To throw like on the other side, running the opposite way and throwing the opposite side. So it's not an easy pass to do. I'm not saying that Hurts can't do it. He just doesn't do it often. It's not his play style. Actually, no, he's done it. He did it last year. He did it last year, I think. Try to remember what game it was. Was it last year? I think it was last year. He did it. Might have been the Vikings game, I think. It was the Goddard touchdown in the Vikings game. I think he like went to the right side and threw it to the left and stopped. He didn't throw it while running to the other side. He stopped. He went all the way to the right sideline, stopped, and threw it the opposite way to Goddard, I think, for a touchdown. I think it was the Vikings game last year. I could be wrong, though. We got a super chat from K's Hana 877. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. So someone asked me what state do most of the Cowboys live in. I said the state of delusion. Oh God, it's funny. It's fucking funny. Metrogol says scared. You should be. Looks like you're going back to the link in the postseason if y'all make it that far. What's going on, Hector? So what up, Joey? What's going on, Hector? What's going on, man? Hope you're having a good night. CDR says, LeBron Riser, what is that stupid argument you keep trying to make? Our D-line saves us, part of the defense. What are you talking? Yeah, I don't get what that is. Like what? So what are we supposed to do? Like what are we just supposed to? Like what are we supposed to do? And then if our secondary played better than our defensive line, and our defensive line didn't do anything, then our defensive line sucks. If I don't get it. Like I think, dude, people are just pissed off that we won this game. I mean, that's just what it is. CDR, that's just what it is, dude. Bob says, at least Cowboys fans are somewhat consistent when they lose. They blame the refs. When we win, they blame the refs. It's like the same thing, right? Linda, what's going on? Says, you guys keep talking about this so-called gauntlet. I told you, Joey, it's Warshak season. They locked in here with us. Let's fucking go. Hey, I feel good. Yeah, I mean, that's what everybody's saying. And the Cowboys are going to have their gauntlet. The Cowboys are going to have their gauntlet really soon. You know, they got to face Detroit. They got to face Miami. Like, they got a few games they got to play, too. I'm not even calling it a gauntlet. I'm just saying a gauntlet because that's what they were calling it. A so-called gauntlet. Junie says, well, Joey, what's up? 9-1. What's going on, dude? Yo, Jonah, what's going on, bro? Hey, what's going on, dude? He says, no, thank you for the super chat. He says, know what I think? Let Boston Scott play more. He always gets positive yards, and he's statistically better than Gainwell. I don't get it, man. Well, he actually played more, didn't he? I mean, at least they used more Swift. They didn't really use Gainwell that much. I think they passed him a couple times, maybe. I know he ran the ball for like one rushing yard on one attempt, I think. And you were at that game, weren't you? Because damn, dude. I hope you had a good time. At least, with the rain and shit, I hope it felt a lot better and more sweet to get that win, dude. So you were there at the right time, and I hope you had a good time. Appreciate the super chat, by the way, very much. V says, hey, Joey, good to see Milton Williams coming around as well as Josh Sweat. Any update on Milton's injury, though? It's a concussion. And happy Thanksgiving to you, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody as well. We are the gauntlet. Yes, we are. That is us. We are the fucking gauntlet, dude. We are. No doubt. Philly 416 says the D-line saved the secondary when we won the Super Bowl. The secondary is much better than 17. That is true. That is true. The secondary is better now than it was in 17. Defensive line, I think, is better than it was in 17, to be honest. Steve says they're saving Ball Scott for the Giants. He eats them for dinner. Maybe. See, the R says, dude might as well say, Joey, say you only win because you have good players. Jones said, winning was everything. I was wanting to leave at halftime. Should have had more faith. It's okay. Yeah, dude, I was giving up. I was almost giving up in that second quarter from BrianJohnson's play calling. I was getting so fucking pissed off. Defense was getting gassed. Yo, what's going on, Rylan? Happy Thanksgiving, Joe. I'm thankful for you and the content you put in for us, and I'm thankful for this fucking win. God knows I'm grateful for this one, and I appreciate it. And dude, it's a resilient win. You beat the second best defense in the league. You beat the best quarterback in the NFL, and you held on. And you got some sweet revenge just a little bit in some cases, depending on how you feel as a fan, if that's how you feel. I'm glad they got through it, and it's one game done. It's another game that's done. 9-1, guys. Let's hit double-digit wins this year. Mesrim Golden Eagles says, brotherly shove is the gauntlet. It's true. Tracy Fowler was saying during the game that the Eagles refuse to believe that Swift is one of our better playmakers. Yeah, because the way they treat him, like they're still doing this shit with Swift where they play him for one quarter. They do this quarter bullshit where they keep him for a quarter, then they take him out for a quarter. Which I don't get why they do that still. It's like they're oblivious and blind to know like what they have. They feel like they get to just throw any running back behind a certain play and act like it's going to be the same. It's not. DeAndre Swift, what he could do, it's a totally different. It's totally different. Skid says, I also saw a change in Jaylen's confidence. I don't think he felt he could win in the big game. Tell me if I'm wrong. He seemed like validated. He looked very like his face was kind of telling. I don't know if he was not trying to be too high, too low. Like he looked like he was out of it for some reason. I don't know. He just had this very crazy. I mean, he always has a straight face, but this game particularly, he was bothered, or he was just, I wouldn't say careless, but I felt like he was just like, what the fuck's going on? Maybe it was the play calling. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. Genuine Juke says, everyone's couch. Lions got blown up by the Ravens. Eagles lost to the Jets. Good teams are good teams any given Sunday. Yeah, it doesn't matter what record is. Just because Washington beats this team, it means that we could beat that team. And that's what people go by. And it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Any given Sunday, if you're not ready and you're not prepared, a team is going. The most dangerous teams are going to be the Giants, are going to be Washington, because they have nothing to lose now. Washington has nothing to lose without Chase Young or without Montez Sweat. They have nothing to lose. Okay. Cowboys might be in a battle on Thanksgiving this week. Now, since like they're sick to their stomach that the Eagles won this week, and they thought, if the Eagles lose, the Cowboys win on Thanksgiving, they'll be one game behind. They'll be so happy. They're catching up. Not anymore. Cowboys lose this game, it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. And Washington, I don't know. The Giants own Washington. The Giants own Washington every single year. I don't know what it is. Like the Washington doesn't play tough with the Giants, but Washington plays tough with the Eagles. I gave them their respect, even though the coordinators are just making them look a lot better than what they are. Especially the second game. We ended Washington's season. They traded Montez Sweat. They traded Chase Young. Bloodshot, what's up, dude? Willie says, Joey, the run game was, it was raining out, dude. It was raining. Like, they had no choice. They have to run with Swift. Feed DeAndre Swift. That's all I wanted last night, and they did it, Matt, I almost gave up when we went down 17-7 at the half, especially when we kept the 17-7 for a while and multiple chances to put up points. Oh, we had multiple chances, dude. Yeah, 17-7 was tough. I knew we were still in the game. I said to everybody in the chat, I said, dude, we're still in this shit. Like, we're still in this game. No doubt. So, hold on one second. Philly texting. Kenny said, yo, Joey, how do you think we're going to contain Cooks when Allen likes to throw it to the flats to him and we need to spy Allen? I'm not even worried about that. I don't think you need to spy. I mean, the thing with Josh Allen is he will be, he could run. I mean, he could, scramble. There's no doubt. I don't think you really need to do that. As much as I want these linebackers to play more downhill and blitz more, because I felt like we still didn't do enough of that, even during KC. I thought they did it. They really didn't do much in the second half when it came to they blitzed a little tiny bit, and Mahomes is just too damn good. We couldn't take Mahomes down. But we'll see what happens. Chris says the miracle would be the Lions lost, Couchers lost, 49ers lost. Yeah, I don't expect it either. I'm expecting at least 1 to 2 things happening. I'm expecting the Lions and the Cowboys to lose, hopefully. And realistically, guys, when it comes to the playoffs and the Super Bowl, like even with KC in general, I think KC, unless Baltimore beats them out, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know, but Kaiser says Washington also plays Dallas. Tough too. Jimmy says low key, Roby coming in was a huge blessing. Just having someone with knowledge to play the slot. Yeah, he got burnt at the end of that game, which was dropped, but he punched the ball out on Travis Kelce. So. But we've been over an hour so far tonight, and we're gonna have another stream probably Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. That'll be our next stream, and maybe I'll try to bring on a guest for that show and stuff like that. Yeah, I have some video. I have to catch up on some videos because I got this KC video out so late today, and I apologize so much. I have to work on like another big video update today for tomorrow. And a couple of videos probably to catch up on some things. So a lot of stuff to do tonight before it gets any later. Trust me, I would stream for another few hours, but I just can't today. So got some more stuff I have to be putting out tonight for you guys. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, everybody. I'll have videos between now and Thanksgiving. I'm not streaming any games on Thanksgiving. And Friday we'll have a stream, so definitely look out for that. But you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Be thankful for everything. Be with your family and just relax, and hopefully watch the Cowboys lose and just relax. I'm glad we don't play on Thanksgiving. That would have really sucked. So we will be back. So you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes, what up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.